The old mill by the stream, Heron Mill in fact, one of only 3 left in an area of rivers and rushing becks, once famous for its water mills. There's been a mill on this spot at Beetham for at least 750 years, and it last worked in the 1950s when its traditional stone-ground flour and oatmeal were pushed out by the finer graded grains of modern technology. Since then, the mill has been falling into decay, but all the old machinery, water wheel, millstones, and the rest of the ancient ingenious gadgetry remains intact. And it's considered so historically interesting that the Heron Mill Trust, supported by landowners, industrialists, local government and tourist organisations, has been formed to raise the money for its restoration. The old mill pond flows over a spectacular weir, and water from it is diverted through a sluice gate and down the mill race to turn the wheel and grind the corn. Jim Wilson was working at Heron Mill when it ground its last...
A million farmers' grain and most of the stuff producing for cattle foods, and the farmers' own grain which used to come to the mill to have it processed for their pigs and cattle.
It's a real old-fashioned water mill, isn't it?
Oh, it's really old.
And it worked entirely off the water power?
Yes. So we had a second little water wheel attached to it which used to drive a generator producing the electric light. If anything went wrong with that, well, that was just too bad. We were without light.
Volunteers have been cleaning up for months, clearing debris from the mill race and sweeping away the cobwebs, and a new floor has been laid.
We're going to restore it as a working mill, and it will be convenient to the A6 road. It's outside the Lake District, so that we're not cluttering up the centre of the Lake District even more. And I'm quite certain that we will get a lot of visitors once it is a going concern.
Is all the old machinery still in working order?
Oh, it will work. Oh, there's no question about that at all. Yes, it's going to work.
Is there anyone with the know-how these days to run a water mill?
Well, we're very lucky. We have some of the men who worked here when Pies owned the mill, and they will be able to tell us how to run it. And I'm quite certain that we can get young men who will pick up the job quickly with the assistance of these old men who did work in this actual mill.
Why do you think it's necessary to restore an old mill like this?
Water power and water mills were a very important feature of the whole of this part of the countryside. 100 years ago, there were 74 mills in the basin of the River Kent. Now there are 3 which use a little bit of water power, and there's been a tremendous effort to reconstruct windmills in the south, and we should have a reasonable number of water mills reconstructed in the north.